Hey, happy Monday. Oh, almost said happy Thursday. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you're doing well. It's raining here in Pennsylvania, and it is a nice cool breeze out there. So tonight we have a nice, quick, and easy card for you. Hey, Do. Hey, Dee. Hey, Margaret. How you guys doing? You ready for some fun? This is an easy one. Um, a nice quick and easy card when you need something quick and easy. Okay, I make quite a number of thank you cards, and this is perfect for a thank you card, birthday card, what have you. All right, so I have picked Misty Moonlight. I haven't used this color in a while. Blue is one of my favorites. And I have some Night of Navy and, of course, basic white. So what was it that I wanted you to get prepared for tonight? We needed 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2. See, it didn't even score my paper yet today. All right. So that is our card base. And I'm trying to be also a little mindful of how much. Hey, Connie. Welcome. Trying to be a little bit more mindful of how many layers and, the weight of our cards. Since our postage went up again, those cards, it can, cost quite a bit sometimes. So I'm trying to be a little mindful at least once a week of the weight of our cards. All right. So Misty Moonlight, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then we needed some cardstock, 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I chose Night of Navy. All right. It goes very well with the Misty Moonlight. And then we needed a 4 1/2 by 2 1/2 DSP. And I think I mentioned in the post to pick something that's not that busy. Okay. If you have something busy, that's fine. But I just didn't want to take away from the sentiment. So I chose this designer series paper, and it's from the Wildflower 12 by 12. And this paper is pretty busy and crazy wild. All right. The back sides aren't, but the designs are very big. I mean, they're beautiful, but I wanted something that wasn't so crazy busy. This one I like because the flowers are a little smaller. All right, but it is very pretty paper. All right, the colors are very nice. So that's what I chose for my designer series paper. Then we needed some cardstock, 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. And I have mine here, and it's in Night of Navy. And then some basic white or very vanilla, depending on what color you chose, 2 1/8 by 1 1/8. And we wanted our sentiment to fit that piece. And then we wanted a 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 designer series paper. And I chose the same that I did for the front. Hey, Karen. Hey, Casey. I'm doing okay, Karen. And then because I chose basic white for the front, I chose a 4 3/8 by 3 1/8 basic white. Okay, so let's put this together. Easy peasy, very simple. We're going to start with our card base, and we're going to grab our designer series paper, and hopefully my glue works. I never put my lid back on. And we are going to adhere this to the Night of Navy. And just as a reminder, I did post it in the group, but tomorrow is July 23rd. Thank you. Hey, Kathy. So we're just going to adhere these two together. Make sure it's on there pretty straight. Just a reminder, tomorrow is free shipping day. It's always a great day to shop because you save so much on shipping. As we just got over saying, shipping is very expensive. Anything when you want to mail. So tomorrow, yeah, I almost forgot today was Monday too, due. All right, so now that we have our designer series paper on our cardstock, I am going to adhere this to the front of the card. And I'm going to center it right in the middle of this layer. Now you can pop it up if you want. I'm just going to adhere it down to the front of the card, quick and easy. And then I did pull the Wildflower designs, and I think I'm going to use the thank you in this stamp set. I'm going to have to check to make sure that I put my sticker on the right way. All right, I think it should fit. So there is my sentiment. Let me just grab a scrap. I want to just make sure that it is going to, that my label or my thank you sticker is on properly. And I'm pulling Night of Navy. So let's just see. Yep, it looks like it's pretty good. All right. So we have our two little pieces. I'm just going to close this for the time being. And what I want what we're going to do is if you don't have a banner punch, you can use your scissors. Okay, we're going to create a banner, and we're going to just cut up just about 1/4 of an inch, and then we're going to go from the corner to the end of that cut, and then the corner to the end of that cut. Hopefully it's straight. All right, just to create a little banner. Now, if you don't want to use your scissors and you have like a punch like this, you can grab your cardstock and insert it in. Let's make it sure it's in here straight, and push it in and cut your banner that way. Okay, but using your scissors is very simple. So now that we have our banner cut, I'm going to take my basic white and we're going to ink up the sentiment, and I am going to add my, hopefully I get this on here good, add my sentiment closer to the right hand side than the left. Okay, not bad. Now this is going to fit right from the edge to the edge. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up because I want to try to match the banner that I already cut. Okay, so I'm just going to push that in and see how we do. I think I cut it crooked. Let's come over this way a little bit. So we're just cutting another banner. And I know my banner is crooked. And see how it fits. If it doesn't look good, I'll just trim it up a little bit. All right, that's not too bad. All right, so our sentiment is going to fit on our banner. Hey, Mimi Cakes. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is nice and clean. Nice, clean. All right. So now that we have our sentiment, I am not going to glue this down. I am going to grab some tape. And like I said, we're going to, whoops, get it so it is right at the edge. But you know what? I'm going to go this way so I can get the banner set better. And if I have to trim it, just get this in here. So like I said, tomorrow is free shipping. And I had a few people ask about the mini catalog. The mini catalog comes out September 24th. And just so you know, there are some Christmas sets in the online exclusives. I'm just going to trim this down a little because I can see some white. All right, so there's our sentiment. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. See where my pokey tool is. And I'm going to pop mine up. If you want, you can adhere it to the front. But I'm going to pop mine up. And the card opens this way. Okay. So I am going to add the sentiment to, and I turned it around. So it's going to go on the right-hand side. We're going to line it up at the edge on the right-hand side, overlapping the designer series paper. And I'm just going to turn it over so I can line up my edge. Now, if you're using dimensionals and you don't want them to adhere right away, just take a little bit of glue. It'll just give you a little bit of wiggle room so those dimensionals don't adhere right away. It'll give you a chance to move it if you need to, okay? So I'm going to add it just about here. And I want it to be flush with the edge, which it looks like it is. And it looks like it's straight. Now I can press down on those dimensionals. Now at this point, if you want to add a bow, you can add a bow. Grab some embellishments. I'm going to grab some of these embellishments here. And I'm going to, actually, let me use this pick tool. Oh, that's really stuck on there. There we go. Let me get my mat. Trying to do it on the glass is just a little too tough. So let's get an embellishment. I think I'll put it on my designer series paper. So it looks like this layer is being held on by some brads. When I was on design teams, this was my signature on my cards. I always did my four corners. All right. And there is a nice, quick and easy front of the card. You could, if you wanted, instead of putting designer series paper, you can do a basic white and do stamping, right? Or you could do die cuts on there. It doesn't necessarily have to be designer series paper. It's just great for all those scraps that you have laying around. All right, so let's do the inside. The inside, we're just going to grab that 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 designer series paper, and I am going to stick with the same pattern that we used on the front, and we're going to lay this designer series paper on the inside of our card. Okay. And then our basic white, we're going to lay that down too. Let me cut another piece of this. I have here's a mark on here. So 4 3/8 by 3 1/8. 4, just give me 1 second to cut this out. 4 3/8. I've been doing some coloring. I did this little guy this week. How cute is he? My camera looks off tonight. So that's what I've been working on this week. All right, I just don't like the looks of that paper. So we have 4 3/8 by 3 1/8, and we are going to adhere that right to the center of this designer series paper. I don't really like using glue on my basic white layer on the inside of the card, so I am going to use some of my tape. And again, because I don't want it to stick right away, I am just going to put some glue on the tape. And I like this tape because it has a tint to it, right? It just will give me a little bit of extra wiggle room. We're going to take this and we are going to adhere this to the center of our card, centering it on the designer series paper. Just like that. Thanks, Stu. And then what I did is I fussy cut one of the flowers from the designer series paper, and I'm just going to adhere that right here to the corner. So let's get some glue on here. And adhere this down. Right? So the inside's decorated a little bit. And we have a nice, quick, and easy thank you card all ready to send out, right? And it is not that heavy. So the only thing is this is popped up and the embellishments. Now I'll give you a little hint. I know a lot of people will make their cards and then grab a, let me see, extra piece of cardstock to put over their card so it saves it when it's being sent in the mail, which is fine. But remember, it adds some added weight. What I do is fill out my card and then I turn it inside out and I send it that way. So the front of the card is protected by the back layer of the card, and it's still bulky, but you can't feel those embellishments really, and it makes it easier to send. All right. So there's a quick little tip for mailing your cards. Remember, recreate this card, post it in our Gal Friday stamping group. I didn't put the link. Let me see if I can grab that link for you. And we'll put it. Here's the link for the group. You can add your card. I will check the group. I forgot to check to see how many entries we had last week. If there are 5, I will pick a random winner. If not, I'll do it for next week. So if you add your card into the group, I'll pick a random winner and send you something in the mail. So, ladies, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope to see your cards posted in the group. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. I'm so glad you got it. And I will see everybody on Thursday at 7 o'clock right here. Same place, same time. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Do you announce? Yes, I will announce them in the group. Yes, I will. And I will do that a little bit later on tonight. All right? So have a great night, ladies. Looking forward to seeing what you come up with, and I'll talk to you soon. You're welcome, Dee. Good night.